What's up, my friends? It's the Toe Man once again, and today I want to talk to you about a conversation that I had with Charlie Hurlocker, the owner of MetaZoo. Previously, with MetaZoo, our experience was that if radio silence was happening, things were not going well. The pre-order money was dried up. They're thinking of a new scheme. They're entering bankruptcy. Those things sort of happen when they stop talking to us directly. Before that, they would always be talking about a new product. They'd be talking about something that they just have an idea of it, and they can't wait to ask for pre-order money so they can, have that money in the bank to sit around for 2 years before they actually produce that product. Or they're selling you on something that doesn't even exist. Or they're telling you, oh yeah, I have a book coming out and it took 5 years and it never came out. Or we got video games, all the stuff that they gaslit us, all the stuff that they sold us on, that they dangled the carrot in front of our noses so that we thought that this was going to be a bigger thing than it actually was. And it really had the potential to be, but it didn't. New MetaZoo owners aren't doing that. They're not bombarding us with information. On the contrary, they're not telling us things that are coming out until right beforehand. They don't send a teaser out unless it's like a week or two before the release. They're not telling us about tournaments until, 5 days out. A lot of information is coming very late in the game. Now, they're very new to being able to do this on this level. It's a whole new thing for all of us, right? It's a new experience. That's what I'm trying to get at. But for myself, I really need to know this information. I mean, I work in the healthcare field, and if I don't hear from my people, my team of 5 people, if I don't see the notes, it didn't happen. It's not happening. They weren't there. Somebody's liable. We need some responsibility. Add that to the fact that the previous administration for MetaZoo took advantage of us, took us for granted, took our money, scammed us, sold us on a lie, many lies. So there's between those two experiences for myself, I need to know some sort of information to feel like it's still alive. So I did some investigating, and honestly, there's nobody there. All the content creators aren't really putting out anything in MetaZoo. We don't have like insider info. We don't have someone that's talking to Charlie on a one-on-one basis or anyone from the crew, so we don't get any kind of information coming down the line. So I went on the Discord, the MetaZoo main Discord, just said, "Hey Charlie," I asked him a couple questions. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" Kind of wanted to see where his mind was, how things are going, how he's feeling. Is he on the outs? Is he happy? Just trying to get a feeling on, is he overwhelmed? Just trying to get a feel of the water. Then I asked him, what is he thinking about Orlando? Is he going to be there? I asked him how he likes his coffee. Just a little joke, because I'm a jokester. Just threw something in that's just humorous. Talked about teasers, future sets. And I think that was about it. I think it was those 4 questions. There might have been a fifth question that I'm forgetting. But pretty soon afterwards, maybe like 20 minutes, I think it was 18 minutes afterwards, he responded back. And he didn't respond back with one-word answers. And he didn't respond back like in a cryptic text like Mike Waddell used to do, where just because he's running a cryptic card game, he thought as a CEO he should be sending cryptic texts to people so that people would never really understand what he was saying. No, he was very thorough. He gave me thoughtful answers. He was very polite, the same way he showed me the same respect that I showed him. And he gave me an entire response of what I had asked for, which is a breath of fresh air when it comes to this kind of interactions with MetaZoo staff. He had said, "I'm doing great, thanks for asking." He said he likes his coffee. He doesn't like coffee, he likes water. He said he won't be in Orlando, but he's excited to see how that's going. He said he's been working hard. He's been looking at future items, products. He did a teaser about the water set coming up. Said that was a little bit of a cryptic, but it was nice. It was a nice teaser. He said that there's going to be tears, happiness, tears, and surprises along the way. So hey, this is our first real teaser, kind of to see the next set. That the next set is coming. They are working on it. It is water based. It is, and there's some mystery there. So that's really good. I enjoy that kind of interaction with an owner that has something to do with MetaZoo, and we have a future to look forward to. He also said that he looked into the next Collecticon promos that are coming out. He said they're going to be iconic. Great, another pitch. Sounds like that's very interesting. I'd love to see what the next set of promos from Collecticon are going to be. He's already looking at them, and he says that he really likes them. He thinks they're going to be a game changer. So that's awesome. So I got a great interaction with the owner. This is the stuff that we have been talking about that we need more of. And that's how he leads, how I should say, how he ends the passage. He says he's considering more conversations, not as a group, as a figurehead, but as him as a person to be able to talk to the fan base on a more regular basis. And he has said that he would like to do maybe a MetaZoo Mondays. I know we used to have like the Mike Rodell hour, the MetaZoo hour, of some kind of ability to talk to the fans so that they know exactly where he's coming from, so that they have an idea of what's happening, so they can, throw ideas back and forth, whatever, some kind of interaction with the fan base to keep the hype alive, to keep everything going, to keep interest in everything. I responded back as soon as I got that. I said, thank you for responding. I appreciate you. And I said, hey, whatever time frame that you think makes sense, because previously we've had, the MetaZoom Mondays might be a little too reminiscent of the past. So I said, whatever day that you feel is comfortable, whatever time frame, whatever, if it's once a month even, I think everyone would love to hear from you more often so that we can understand where we're going with this. So I love that there's interaction with Charlie. I love that he's open to conversations. And I love that he's obviously having his finger on the pulse of what people are saying, because he's saying exactly what everybody wants to hear. We need to hear more from MetaZoo. We need to know what's going on. We need to have something that makes us believe that it's still alive, that it's still functioning, that they're working on something, that something's in the pipeline, something's coming up the pike. Something is on the way that's going to progress this whole thing. Because if it's one set and it's done and they're bailing out, then nobody's going to be purchasing anything, right? The first set came out, people loved it. People who liked it loved it. People who didn't like it weren't going to like it anyway. And there's people on the sideline that are saying, what's next? So you satisfied a portion of the audience. A portion of the audience will never be satisfied. They're going to move on. But where are we going to go from here? Are we going to say, hey, people on the borderline that are dipping their toes into the water, are you guys going to follow or what? So they need to be, at this point, fed something, whether it's, hey, this is where we're going towards, make your decision here, or, hey, this is where we're going, it might not be for you, whatever. But we need to move forward with this. We need to have more communication. We need to continue the ebbs and flows of this love letter that we have to MetaZoo, right? The cryptid audience, right, needs to know more about the zoo to see where we're going to go from here. And we need to see how the growth is for the company. Is the quality going to improve on the next set? Are we going to see a change in the game that's going to pull people in? Are there going to be tournaments that are prizes that are worth participating in? Are other people, are there going to be enough people to even carry the card game? Or people are be interested in the card game enough to make this sustainable? These are all things that we're waiting to hear for. And if there's no movement, there's no communication, there's no happenings, then it doesn't happen. Then it just stays the way it is. It doesn't evolve, it doesn't grow. So we all want to see it grow one way or another to see if we're on board or if we're not. So thank you, Charlie, for reaching out, for responding. I can't wait to see where we're going here from here. And as always, thank y'all for watching. Please be nice, be good to each other, do good, and peace.